The country's courts are so busy, the justice system is about to collapse. That's the warning from one of Britain's top judges. The government's thrown money at the problem, but it's still getting worse. There are more than 75,000 cases waiting to go to trial, the most there's ever been. Sir Brian Leveson has been asked to sort it out.
You've got to go through the whole system and try to improve it, not only so that we no longer have an increasing backlog, but that we can eat into the backlog and reduce it to a level that is acceptable so that trials can take place within a reasonable period of time.
He's suggested fewer trials with a jury to save time, potentially lower prison sentences if the defendant pleads guilty at the first opportunity, more use of cautions, rehabilitation and unpaid work instead of cases going to trial, and new courts with a judge and 2 magistrates for less serious offences.
This new third court, this bench division court, is the biggest change. It's the most dramatic and eye-catching change. But on its own, it will barely make a dent in the backlog. It's all the other measures combined that will make it work. And that's one of our big concerns, is government will cherry-pick. And by cherry-picking, they'll fail.
The government has said it will now go through the recommendations and bring in new laws in the autumn. But there are already concerns about a reduction in the use of juries, which have been part of the justice system since the Middle Ages. Paula Harriott runs a charity that supports those with criminal records.
I do worry about that. That is one of the concerns that I have about the review, that defendants won't have the opportunity for a trial in front of their peers, and that'll be in the hands of people who maybe don't have the same level of proximity to the issues as members of the public do.
Modern trials are taking longer, and delays caused by COVID haven't helped. The government asked for plans for bold reform and now need to decide which of Sir Brian's plans should pass through Parliament and enter the courts. Ellie Pitt, ITV News.
Our political reporter Jasmine Cameron-Chileshi is at Westminster this lunchtime. Jasmine, there will be concerns about cases not being heard by a jury.
That's right. So ministers will spend the next few months mulling over the recommendations before they give their official response in the autumn. But as you say, these recommendations have been met with a mixed reaction. Some argue that jury trials tend to be quite slow, inefficient. Others argue that they're a vital tool in our justice system. There was also a bit of a political blame game brewing at the moment. So Labour say that they inherited a broken criminal justice system. That's why they say they had to commission individuals like Sir Brian Leveson to come up with radical proposals. The Conservatives, particularly Robert Jenrick, the Shadow Justice Minister, he's accused Labour of giving sentencing discounts to criminals as part of plans to reduce the backlog. He argued that increasing the number of sitting days in Crown courts would be a better tool. But as Ellie was reporting, this is a pretty stark report that warns without these proposals there's risk of total system collapse. And so underpinning the political back and forth is the fact that the government in the next coming months is going to have to make some tough, some potentially unpopular decisions if it hopes to make any dent in this backlog.
Jasmine Cameron-Chileshi, thank you.